Shemai guys, and welcome to WWScenics. My name is Martyn. I'm episode 2 of how to build a diorama using WWScenics products coming up after this. Yeah, like I said, episode 2, so here we go, let's crack on. Just a little bit of a recap then first before we go on. About the modern metals, I've sculpted my basic shape, what I wanted on our diorama board with the modeling metal, right? So now I'm going to do mod rock first, right? And then we're going to sculpt fiber mold in, right? But I'm going to have a coffee break halfway through, but the wonders of technology and as good as Katie is, yeah, it'll be a second to you, but it'll probably be about half hour for me. So, yeah, but I'll come to that when it works. So first of all, we're going to do now is going to dress this now, right, into mod rock, because although it's good, and if that was inside of a, under your eaves or on your layout, or or it's just a display model that's not going to be touched, you can then, go straight on to that then with static grass and other stuff as well, right? But like I said, I want to show you all of WWScenics products and how this goes with the bog standard mod rock, right, that we all know in this hobby, right? And then our fiber mold then, right, okay, which I'm going to sculpt into, because I want to take away some of these hard edges that I've got here and smooth them out, right? Which when it comes to our fiber mold, it does go off quite quickly, but you can keep creaming it, yeah. So you keep smooth it. I call it creaming off, right? Okay, so it's nice and smooth and stuff like that, right? Okay, so for this we're going to need a bowl. I don't need a spatula yet. Spatula will come after this. We're going to need a bowl. We need our mod rock, right? I need a bowl. I need a little bit of water in the bowl, right? Okay, so here is a nice little luminous green jug. Put it in. Put some water. Not a lot. Only need to get the mod rock wet, right? Okay, and you need a scissors. Okay. There is no rocket science to this, right? And I am going to make a bit of a mess, but Katie's going to clean up after me anyway, so yeah, she's giggling over the guy. And that work in small sections I do, right? You can't go big if you've got a big workout, big model, right? But just cut it off. All we're doing is getting it wet. So into the bowl, can we see that? Yeah, it's as simple as just getting it wet into the bowl, right? And then bringing it up to the model. I'm going to flap it over the top, right? So it's got a bit of strength on the top. I am going to sort of cut that back. And all I'm doing is pasting it on, right, or just adhering it to the metal, right. This is all the purpose of this for now, is to give it strength. That's all it's for, right? Yeah, it's to give it a little bit more strength. It's strong enough anyway, right? I'm giving that a good old pat, right? But I want because this is going to go to shows, right? I'm going to make it a little bit stronger, right? Okay, just by putting this on, and it helps with the fiber mold on top. And also, I enjoy doing this type of thing, this type of modelling. Right, it's a bit of fun. Yeah, you get messy. Like I always say, if you look at the dictionary in under modelling, it says mess. Yeah, so and the wife hates when I say that because I make mess. Okay, so just push it on, push it in, make sure you just get it down. You haven't got to be like a surgeon to make sure that it works. It's just as long as it's there and strong enough. Like I said, the metal has taken the structure of it, right? So, and it's just literally cut and wet and dab on. Right, I just had a message of somebody now, and they say, why don't you put fiber mold directly straight onto it? Yeah, you can. There's no reason why you can't, right? But you'll find it a little bit harder for the fiber mold to stick to the metal, right? So that's why I put a coat of this down. It gives you a better key for the fiber mold to stick to. Yeah, okay, because we want we want to try and make sure that that mold, the fibre sticks to the thing. You don't want to wake up in the morning and your fibre mold is all sludged down to there. So this will just sort of help the fibre mold stick to the model. Right, so I've come back out of time lapse again, or warp speed, yeah, and I got a lot of water but there that's coated up, so I'm not going to dip that into there. I'm just going to mop that water up as it is like that, right, because it'll all get wet anyway. There we go, perfect. And then just put that slot onto there. Okay, so we're almost getting to the end of this bit now, and then if you've got a little bit of dry bit like that, just. Yeah, so we're almost to the end of that bit of mod rocking, but what I want to do now is just to show you that, okay, I'm going to put a strip down here now, right? So I'm going to cut a few strips like this. Make them nice and pretty wide. Okay, get them in the water, don't go in the water, just show me where we're going. This is for support. Oh, right, so Kit goes onto another camera maybe. Onto the side? Or are you on the side? Yeah. Are you on the side anyway? Okay, so look, all I'm doing is making that edge a little bit thicker over there. Okay? And I'm going to put a couple more on there because the more it'll strengthen that corner then. For me, I want to keep this bit open so I can show people the structure inside the metal, yeah, and how the metal's sticking up, you know what I mean? So again, over the top again, you know what I mean, I'll tidy up that back, even if I got to put a bit of card over it just to hide it or something like that, or trim it back to the top. And again, like I've said, and I'll probably repeat myself, it's just to strengthen that edge. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I want that, because this will end up going to shows, yeah, and the shows that we're doing, like this weekend actually. So we're filming this. I'm going to quick look at my watch. We filmed this on the 15th of March, 2023, and this weekend coming, the 18th, is Ali Pali. Yeah, so it's the London model show. Yeah. And we're on stand 17, Katie. Yeah, again, we're on stand 17. So we've moved, actually, and Kate's going to put some social media out this week to say that we've moved from our original place. We're not in our original place anymore. Yeah, we've got a bigger stand, so they've had to give us a bigger area. I mean, so A17 is a big old stand that we're taking. We got a new stand as well, which I'm excited about. I can't wait. The pegs turned up. But I can't wait to show it, and then it will evolve from what we're showing. There's going to be a lot more stock going, and we got a show exclusive as well. You know what I mean? So, but then again, if you're watching this in 3 weeks' time, then you know what it is. So, okay, so there's a gap there as well. So what I'm going to do is a nice little, only a thin bit again. So now's the time now to go over and check the model, make sure that we're happy with everything that we've got, that we've covered with it, right? You can see the metal, I think, I can see the metal shining through on that. Again, I'm not worried about it because obviously the fibre mold is going to be covering it, and it's, you know what I mean, it's going to be fine. Again, and I'm only doing this because I want the fibre mold here to take to the mod rock, right? Because we're going to build this area up, yeah, you know what I mean. There's a nice little cliff face, but I want to put texture into that cliff face coming down there. Nice, only a small little cliff face, like, you know what I mean. I might have a little water feature or something running down there. Again, I can see this bit moving, so I'm going to put a strengthener on here. So nice big white piece. Yeah, and it's all about now just checking the model that you're happy that while you're at this stage, you're happy with the metal. You've covered it all. you're happy with the strength of it. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm going to tuck this under there. Bond it to that. It stops it moving. When it goes off, it'll be strong. And then we'll get. And there's a strip here that I need to cover. So I'm going to again. So now all I'm doing now, I'm going to check work. So I'm going to wet my hands and just make sure that we are solid all the way around. That's starting to go off now. You can see now that's starting to go. So that section now I can start fiber molding, right? But when I said I'm going to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee is now. That was the time that I'm going to be doing it. Yeah, and like I said, it's going to take me like 20 minutes to have a cup of tea. It'll be a second and Katie will be moved onto the next section. Yeah, because I've got to wait for this section to dry before I start moving on the fiber mold. Otherwise it'll take long. It'll take longer to go off. Yeah, you know what I mean? And the other thing, the fiber mold does go off quite quickly, like I've said, and we have to make sure that we're happy with the situation that we with the model that we've got so far. Right, so that's it. Right, like I said, quick cup of coffee for me, 2 seconds for you, and we'll be back on. Right. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, right? Because literally it's going to roll on straight from here, and then when we come back, then I'm going to be doing the work on the fiber molding. Yeah. So this is our fiber mold, right? Get a camera so I can have a look. Yeah, well, that's our fiber mold, right? Okay, cracking stuff, right? And people that are starting to use this absolutely love it. It's a really good modeling. We'll have a quick clean up, and then quick brew, and then we're back into it. So. See you in a second. It's been about 5 minutes, Kate. Yeah, about 5 minutes we've been. Yeah. All right, look at that. Look how stiff that is now, right? Yeah, that is pretty hard. You can hear I'm hitting that quite hard, right? So it's done. It's still damp, right? Now, if you want to, you can leave it totally dry. You're talking about a few hours that will dry, like you know, because don't forget you've got to let the water evaporate from it, right? Okay. But you don't need to. We can crack on if you want to now, right, with the fiber mold. This is the best bit. Now, I'm going to say we've got to work in small patches with this stuff now, right, because it does, unfortunately, or fortunately, goes off quite, will harden off quite quickly. But like I said, we can still keep creaming it back, yeah, you know what I mean, to make sure that it's, we smooth things off. We don't want sharp, jagged edges, like, you know what I mean, because we're creating a weathered valley type scene, you know what I mean. I do want it sort of rocky. I am going to put it a little bit more rocky than normal, like a normal Welsh valley, right? Because I love to have that texture in there. I love rock texture in there, like, you know what I mean, and a bit of wood texture. I love that, right? But it's going to be windswept, you know what I mean. So if you've seen in nature, you know that anything that's on a wind face or you know what I mean, to the elements, it's always going to have that smoothed off edges, and you know what I mean, not that really craggy edged. So without further ado, let's go on to worker. So what we need is a bowl, right? That's the bowl that I use with the for the rock mod rock, right? Okay, fiber mold. I stick it in, right, there is a method of like a 2 to 1 or something like that, right, but I do it, right, so you want sort of like a cream type texture. So add a little bit of water, right. You can follow the guidelines, like I said, you know what I mean, on the website, but just do it by how much you think it looks. We all have made plaster before. If you haven't, you know what I mean, I'll show you the consistency that we want now, right? Okay, so a little bit more water. Okay, that's enough. I say tad, a dribble or okay, look at that. Like, see that sort of cream base, if I can get to a camera. Okay, yeah, I can't see. No, I'm looking on little things so I can. Well, see that creamy type thing? That's what we want, right? Okay, now you can use the spatula if you want to put it on. Right, okay, like that, dollop it on, but I like to do this. Get your hands dirty, yeah? You're modelling now, right? And now what we're going to start doing is start to sculpt in the sculpt in the shape of what we want, right? Okay, and this is what the valley. I want to come down here now. I noticed that it's got a steep curve that I'm doing, so I'm going to try and get that curve out, right? Just by building up here, right? Okay. Okay, so there we go. Now we're starting to come down come down this valley. Now, right, so we're gonna have a sort of a nice little start of a river or a mountain stream turning into a nice river. So I'm gonna try and smooth that off. Yeah, when it starts to go off a little bit more, right, you can then play with it a bit more, cream it off, like I said, smooth it off a bit. When it starts to go off, it's easier to work with it when it starts to go off. Okay, so just put it on, and like I said, we just wanna. I had a dip in this bit, and I didn't want that dip, so I'm gonna cover that. Yeah, I know that I'm dabbing it down, and you've got them sort of the dabs where I've been dabbing it. You've got the peaks and stuff like that. I keep saying stuff like that. I do apologise. It's me concentrating on it. But again, like I said, we will be creaming it off, and then all that jagginess will go. Okay. This is just the sort of the start of thing. You can see that it's slowly going off there now, so I'm just starting to smooth off a little bit. I need to make some more, so tip it in. Slowly add the water, add a little bit first, then mix it up just to the consistency that you want. There is guidelines for it, right? But it's down to you what you want it. Yeah, if you want it dry, if you want it really wet, a little bit more, not too much. So add it slowly at a time, little bits at a time. There we go, lovely. It's mixed in. So again, I'm going to try and get the riverbed done first, and then I can do all the outlaying stuff. Outlaying up here then later on, once I'm happy with the streamline. So it widens up, get a sort of a bit more of a channel going in there. There we go. Now I like it with my finger. I'm coming down again. I can see where it runs. Yeah, where I think that the water will run. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good. I mean, we're not going to have like a raging waterfall coming down here. It's just going to be a little trickle of a stream or something, something like that. If anybody counts how many times I say that, right, I'll send them a pack of tufts. Okay, so just again, and I'm going to build up around here because obviously I'd like to have a pond or something at the end of this, but we're going to need a dam, so I'm going to dam it using the mod rock. No, fibre mold. Mod rock. That was the first bit of this. Just keep that edge lovely. I want it. Take it away a little bit. It's too much. Again, I'm not going to have a deep one, it's just going to be a shallow edge, but it saves me then, this will save me now damming up with acrylic or MDF or, you know, I mean, or whatever you want to use to dam it up, like, you know what I mean, so it's just like a natural bank. Yeah, and it'll just it might not make sense that that would happen at the bottom of a mountain, but I just want the effect. So obviously I want to show you guys what we can do. So it might not be politically correct, but it'll be, well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, is it? Like, it's me that's doing the modelling, and I mean, and that's something that I want to show. So here I am showing it. What we can do with that is sand that off later on. I'm going to cream it off a little bit more now, so it makes my life easier. No, okay, so there we go, and up here it's starting to go. Right, so I got a little bit of that. So what we do when it starts to go, dip your hand in a bit of water, right, and then cream it off like that, just like that. Yeah, and all we want to do is just smooth. All we're doing now is just smoothing off them areas. Katie, we got good camera angle on that yet? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm not being shouted at, so I must be doing it right. Okay, so we've got a little bump there. I'll just wear it away a little bit because I want to get that done. Well, we're starting to get into the wet stuff by there now, so we can't do so much on that until that starts to go off a little bit. I think I'll come up here. Yeah, this bit is starting to go off now, so it's getting harder to mould. So let's get some more in there. So mix it up. Again, this is like it's a plaster based product, right? So you know, I mean, you can get your hands dirty. You can wear gloves if you want to, gloves and glasses and a mask for health and safety, always advisable. But again, get it in there, mix it around. There we go. Now I can start dressing that bit up there. Now it's done. There's a big lump there. Get rid of it. And again, right, you don't need to be perfect. Right, at the end of the day, you create in nature. And like I say, when I'm doing static grass, and if any of you ever saw my demonstrations, like, and I mean, there's only one person that can criticize your modeling, yeah, when it comes down to doing nature, and that's Mother Nature herself. And let's face it, she ain't gonna come and visit you, is she? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So just get on with it. Get on with it. Enjoy it. Yeah. This is your creative bit. This is where you're gonna have some fun, right? You know, we'll get to the serious points when you're coming into the water side of it, and when you're putting water down and you're going, oh god, is it gonna leak? Is it gonna look right? Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm gonna show you a possible new product, well, a product that I'm working on, right? So it won't be available, but I'll show you on this model, and it'll be available pretty much hopefully straight after that, right? Which is acrylic water, okay? But you've got to, and I'm going to show you how to use acrylic water, because there's not a lot of people out there that tell you how to use acrylic water, because it is but it can be a bit of a nightmare to use. Yeah, you've got to be patient with it. Yeah, but I'll show you that when we come to it. Okay, I need all that to dry, to stop going off a bit. Let's get some down here. Yeah, all I'm doing now is covering up the mod rock, right? Because mod rock, as you know, has got you can see the bandage through it, because all it is plaster impregnated bandage, right? There's no secret to what mod rock is. I think everybody knows what it is. Like, you used to use it for when you broke your arm or your leg. You know what I mean? That's all it is, right? But I need to cover it because of you can see the bandage coming through. Yeah, we can see that it's starting to go. It's starting to get. It probably feels, yeah, it's getting heavy as well. So I'm just going to move this bit out because that's going all hard. Because I want to just do a little bit by here. So I'm going to put them into there. I'll put the remainder into there. Only a little bit left. You can see that, you know, I mean, we've got a 1,000 ml canister over there, right, and it's done all of this modelling. You know what I mean, so it does go a long way. Okay, so we've got that natural sort of flow there. I'm quite happy with that, right? You know what I mean? Don't forget, now I'm going to start building this up anyway as well, with other products as well, so I'm quite happy with that. It's a bit craggy over here, but that's alright, I don't mind that. I can... Okay, right, there we go. So this is episode 2, using Mod Rock and then our fibre mould to get the shape of the model that you want. Now I think that has turned out alright, cracker. I'm really happy with that. What do you think, Kate?
It's looking good.
It's looking good, isn't it? It's looking like a, you know, I mean, a nice little sort, and you can hear it. When I said that bit, I needed that strength, but that is strong. Like, you know what I mean? That is really strong, to be fair to it, right? And I got a bit more. Off with that. There we go. Yeah, that is really strong. I'm well happy with that, right? You know what I mean? Because like I said, I want to show people in shows. This one I'm gonna sand off and make it rounded a little bit more, right? So that's no problem. You know what I mean? And then I got a nice little pool down the bottom here, and if I can get some, like my normal thing. If anybody saw the eagle diorama I did, you would know that, you know, the fish, I did fish, so if I can get some fresh fish printed off on the 3D printers, yeah, I'll get a little bit of fish swimming around in there. Maybe one poking out his head catching a fly. I'm not going to print a fly off because it'd be tiny. Right, okay, so that's it, starting to go off now, right? I mean, it's not, you can't model on top of this now because it's too wet, right? So any paint won't take to it properly. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for it to dry. So that's why I'm gonna keep it till for the next episode 3, right? Okay. You can still keep playing with it if you want to, but at the end of the day, I think we're pretty much there, because again, lots of textures, lots of products going over the top of it, right? So that's it. Yeah, you got to clean up now. I'm gonna have to clean the bowl, otherwise I'll get shouted up by somebody else. But that's it. That is mod rocking and fibre moulding, right? Okay. You've got a basic shape. You can see that we've gone from a metal now to a you know what I mean, a shape of a model, right? You know what I mean? It's quite hard. Yeah, you can see. You know what I mean? That's going to take a good knock. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's really, really good. It's really, really strong, right? You know what I mean? It's not too heavy, right, as well, but it'll stand on the shelf easily as well, right? Okay. So, start to finish, let's just say that we've done. You're going to need a bowl, you'll need a pair of scissors and a little bit of water for the bottom of the bowl for your mod rock. Just cut your mod rocks into manageable squares, put them over the top, leave them dry. Right, okay, I'm going to wait for them to totally dry. You can crack on to the next stage, which is using the fibre mould. Again, you need a lot more water. You need our fibre mould and a bowl and a mixing spatula. Stir it up to a creamy consistency, yeah, a little bit thicker than a creamy consistency, right, and then just play with it, right? Okay, just put it onto your model, right, and then play with it, right? You know what I mean? Sculpt it the way that you want to, right? And then you can then just smooth off edges that you want. Up there looks rough, right? But I'm already starting to change my mind on it and thinking that could be lots of rock there, lots of, you know what I mean, and then little patches of grass, right? You know what I mean? I'm just, it's evolving as I go along. I can see the natural stream coming down to here, right? So it's coming along well. It's coming along great, right? Okay, so next episode, right, we're going to be starting to possibly paint the areas that we want, okay? Because anytime I use water, I never ever, and I hate putting tints into it, right? Because you use the water as as crystal clear, because all the work that I'm gonna do underneath it, I want to be shown. And the thing with water will, I mean, any type of water, it will elaborate what you've done. I mean, and I love that. I love to see the detail, because I'm going to put lots of detail in there, right? I mean, as much as I can, right? We'll then put in places, put rocks in places. So we're going to start getting into the nitty gritty of it now, right? I might do some sanding when it's dry, right? So we'll start off with the sanding. Then we'll start off with it. Then we'll start putting textures in there, like stones, slates, sands. Yeah, all the rocky stuff, and you know, I mean, to get in place. Yeah, then we'll go on to the earth and static grasses from there. But that's me done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Please do the usual, like, share, hit the bell icon, and well, Katie will tell you all the things. We'll put the links in the below as well for all the products that are available. And stay tuned for the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.